All right, let's start with this. There's been this feeling in the NBA with a lot of fans, and it's a real thing, that the only way to get a dynasty in this league or even win a championship is to attract superstars to your glamorous city. Miami's done it multiple times. Lakers have done it multiple times. And it leaves a lot of people in the NBA feeling left out. Well, the Dallas Mavericks, and that's a big city too, and it's got some glamour, but they did it another way. They drafted Dirk Nowitzki from overseas, developed him, and then eventually surrounded him for 1 year with all the right pieces, and they won a title, proving you can do it that way too. But that felt like sort of a one-off, right? And then there's Milwaukee. And they're doing it the Dallas way, too. Find Giannis, be patient, loyal, develop, get the right coach, and add some pieces, B-plus pieces that anybody could get. You know, Portland could get a P.J. Tucker. Memphis could get a Drew Holiday, Bobby Portis. The difference with Milwaukee, though, is this the new dynasty? And I know it sounds crazy, but to be a dynasty, you have to get to the finals every year. Look at the East this morning. Boston feels like they're in a rebuild, right? Philadelphia, you saw the stories last week. They're breaking up the band. Simmons and Embiid will be no longer. Miami, lightning in a bottle last year, not really close. Here you have Giannis, a defensive player of the year, a two-time MVP, and probably finals MVP by tomorrow night. And that's just entering the last 3 years into the data bank. And unlike old LeBron, Giannis is not brand obsessed. Like old, brittle KD, he's not a wanderer, nor is he bothered by social media or media criticism. Unlike increasingly old and increasingly brittle Kyrie, he's not strange. Young and healthy Giannis, let's play word association. Humble, grateful, healthy, loyal, focused. Is this the new dynasty? Is this the new face of the league? It would be a very different kind of superstar. Not brand obsessed, not a wanderer, healthy every night, discourages ego. By the way, you can do it both ways, and I watch both ways. Been watching the NBA for 40 years. I love my Sonics. Back in the 70s, they were more like Milwaukee, and I love the Heatles. I love the Warriors. The Brooklyn Nets give us lots of content. But the Milwaukee way for most of this league is more relatable. Most cities aren't cool. Most fans aren't either, and they know it. Say what you will about LeBron James, but the NBA has lost over 50% of its ratings. I'm not one of them, but many of you are over the last 3 years. 50%. And in fact, when you dig deeper into the data, it indicates that local TV ratings are very strong in markets where teams draft and develop the players. There's a sense we're all in this together. We'll support you, Giannis, when you're not great. We're with you, Giannis, when you are. We're with you, Giannis, when you disappoint us the last 2 years. And we celebrate together by tomorrow night. Lakers ratings with LeBron and AD, Brooklyn's with KD, Harden, and Kyrie were in the dumper. Look it up. The Jazz weren't. The Bucks weren't. The Spurs weren't. The Warriors weren't. Maybe Giannis is exactly what the league needs. Maybe Milwaukee is what the league needs. And I am not anti-mobility. You've listened to me for years, many of you. I am pro-mobility in my own life. I celebrate LeBron going to Miami, back to Cleveland, and L.A. But for a lot of fans, there's a disconnect. Not talking about brand, not mentally a wanderer, a little more loyal, discourages ego. Giannis had an interesting quote this past weekend, and I felt that it resonated with a lot of fans. That could work too. Maybe that's time to run the league. Maybe this face and this personality, grateful and humble, there's room for that too. Interesting stuff. I want to shift to free throws. I picked Phoenix to win the series. And one of the reasons I picked Phoenix to win the series was free throws. I said I think these two teams are going to be in close games. Phoenix is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the league. In Milwaukee, Giannis can't hit them. And that was one of the things I said last week. Like, these games are going to be 4 and 5 point games. I mean, even the other night, we felt Milwaukee kind of dominated it. Look at the final score. It's 4 or 5 point games. Tomorrow night, it's a 4 or 5 point spread. They're close games. So I said Phoenix hits free throws. Milwaukee's star Giannis can't. And then Nick Wright, you know him. Nick Wright said something yesterday to me, last night in a podcast. And it was one of those. Nick said, free throws are overrated. What? Come on, that's outrageous. You should be suspended for that. I think he's right. The Lakers dynasty was built on Shaq. He couldn't hit free throws. The Spurs dynasty was built on Duncan. Nor could he. LeBron's number one liability the last 15 years, the free throw line. Sometimes he dreads it. And Giannis looks like he'll be the finals MVP. Dominating bigs get to the free throw line so often, increasingly in a very finesse league, that is efficiency the most important thing. Is it okay for Giannis to go 10 for 20 if DeAndre Ayton's only going 6 for 6? Giannis has 66 free throws in this series. He's made 39. Second is Devin Booker with 29. DeAndre Ayton's third with 17. Yes, Chris Paul's an unbelievable free throw shooter. But the Suns rely on jump shots and don't get to the line. They didn't all season. And Chris Paul is worn out by the physicality of Drew Holiday. He's not getting there either. That Giannis is so physical and so aggressive that he initiates so much contact. He just gets to the free throw line so often, so that if he shoots 58%, he's still hitting 12 to 13 a night out of 23. It trumps everybody else's 5 for 6 and 6 for 7. Nobody thinks McDonald's has the best burgers, but they make the most money on volume. It's the Walmart, the Target, the Costco strategy. We sell everything. Buy it, from your bananas to your blouses to your shoes to your kayaks to your detergent. We sell everything. They don't maybe have your favorite detergent. It's not that perfect kayak or perfect pair of socks, but you can go there and you get everything. Everything about analytics is efficiency. That's what analytics are in baseball and football, a smarter way to do things. That's what technology largely is. We can do everything in our phone now, don't always have to get into our car. We can DoorDash it and comes to our house. It's just easier and more efficient, and I don't have to go to the store. And I'm for efficiency too. But sometimes it just gets trumped by volume. Bigger, stronger, more sometimes trumps efficiency. Milwaukee's a bigger, older, stronger team. Giannis is simply longer, stronger, and more aggressive, and he doesn't shoot 80% at the free throw line. But he has lived there through the finals, and that has trumped his efficiency. They should win this title, and I believe they will tomorrow night. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.